Germany have agreed to strengthen collaboration to boost micro, small and medium-scale enterprises in the country. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Doris Uzokaniti, said this during a bilateral meeting organized by the Ministry and the German Ministry of Economic Development in Abuja. The minister acknowledged the existing partnership between both countries and expressed optimism for a stronger tie that will foster a stronger, mutually beneficial relationship between them. Responding, the German minister, Ms. Svenja Skorj, said Nigeria was one of the first countries Germany partnered with as early as 1959, and this collaboration had deepened to the benefit of both countries. On his part, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edo, reiterated the commitment of the federal government to promote small businesses in the country. Now, the African Development Bank says it will commence the disbursement of $540 million to the first batch of stage for the development of special agro-industrial processing zones. A senior special advisor on industrialization to the AfDB president, Professor Banji Oyelara Oyeyinka, made this known while presenting a report to Vice President Kashim Shettima at the presidential villa in Abuja. Professor Oyelara Oyeyinka led a delegation of the bank and that of the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, to present their separate reports on the status of projects being executed in Nigeria. The three states to benefit from the first phase of the development of processing zones are Oyo, Kaduna, and Cross River. Other states are to get theirs as soon as they are through with documentation. And now the International Finance Corporation and the Bank of Industry called up attention to financing industries in Nigeria on a sustainable basis. Market editor, Ekop reports now.
The International Finance Corporation, an arm of the World Bank, is concerned with private sector development. The global institution partners with the Bank of Industry, Nigeria's foremost financier of industrial development, both institutions seeking to grow the country's industrial base.
We are planning to come up with various products in conjunction with the IFC that can really help support the growth and development of Nigeria's industrial sector. It's very important that we convene this kind of fora throughout the country to ensure that we engage those that require those kind of fundings to hear from them.
Nigeria is a large economy, the largest economy in Africa, and so our response here has to be also very large and also has to be diverse in terms of sectors. So we are focusing on a number of sectors. You mentioned agriculture. This is fundamental. It's a large part of the activity of the country, and Nigeria still imports food. Well, it would have the production to feed itself and to feed many other countries across the continent.
Bringing bankers, industrialists, small business owners and interested publics into this venue in Lagos, discussions on sustainable support for industries opened up.
A number of things have been missing. Yes, we've had fantastic policies. We've also made some progress in some sectors, but we don't have the kind of traction we require to make two important impacts. One is on our GDP, that's the contribution of manufacturing to GDP. Then the other one is the impact in terms of what we produce and export to the rest of the world.
Nigeria was pictured as coming lower in global standards and expectations in industrial developments. With our industrial estates collapsing, employing fewer people, producing substandard goods, actions are needed to keep pace with the demands for jobs by young people.
There is often a disconnect between the users of funds and the providers of funds. And that gap can be bridged by proper education and understanding of the requirements of the providers of finance.
While IFC and BOI identify areas for intervention, panelists call on the government to show commitment to industrialization by increasing budget allocations and providing adequate infrastructure. Efyong Ekop, TVC News, Lagos.
Outside Nigeria,